Welcome to Easy Facts. Ever wonder why tequila makes your clothes fall off? No, it's not because of the alcohol, it's because of the magic that goes into making it. Our tale begins in the sun-soaked sandy soils of Jalisco, Mexico. This isn't just any soil, mind you. It's a rich, fertile landscape that serves as the cradle to the blue agave plant, the heart and soul of tequila. This is no ordinary plant. It's a bit like that awkward teenager you knew in high school, taking its sweet time to mature. Between 8 to 12 years to be precise, but like all good things, it's worth the wait. Picture this. A field of blue agave, their spiky leaves reaching towards the sky like nature's own skyline. Each plant, a labor of love nurtured by the skilled jimadores, the agave farmers who've honed their craft over generations. They watch over these plants like doting parents, waiting for the piña, the heart of the agave, to ripen. Now, I know what you're thinking, 8 to 12 years? That's a long time to wait for a drink. But consider this, like a stubborn teenager finally blossoming into a responsible adult, or a fine wine reaching its peak. The blue agave plant undergoes a transformation. As it matures, it develops a rich, sweet sap, the lifeblood of tequila. This sap, once extracted, is then destined for the distillery, where it will be fermented, distilled, and eventually find its way into your glass as the fiery, spirited tequila we all know and love. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is just the beginning of the journey. The real magic happens when the blue agave's sweet nectar is transformed into that liquid gold we call tequila. So, remember, when you're sipping on that tequila, you're enjoying the fruits of a decade of growth, care, and patience. No pressure. Now, you might think the agave plant just magically turns into tequila, if only it were that easy. Our story takes us to the sun-soaked fields of Mexico, where jimadores, the unsung heroes of the tequila tale, toil away under the harsh sun. With a koa, a tool that's essentially a large, sharp spade, they strip away the leaves of the agave plant, revealing the piña, or the heart of the plant. If you thought your job was tough, just imagine being a jimador, wrestling with spiky agave plants all day. Now, once we have our piña, it's time for the cooking process. This involves softening the piña in a steamy oven, which converts the plant's natural sap into fermentable sugars. It's like baking a giant, fibrous pineapple. No, not that kind of pineapple, but close enough. So next time you're complaining about your 9 to 5, just remember the jimadors hacking away at agave plants in the Mexican sun. Makes your office job look like a vacation, doesn't it? Now we're getting to the good part, the part that makes your tongue tingle and your head spin. Fermentation and distillation. Just imagine the cooked agave. That stubborn plant that took 10 years to grow is now crushed to a pulp. It's like the plant's revenge for all the years it's been waiting to fulfill its destiny. But it's not over yet. This pulp is then pressed and squeezed to extract its sweet, sweet nectar, the agave juice. Then comes the yeast, the unsung hero of our tale. This yeast is added to the agave juice, and here's where things get a bit sciencey. The yeast works its magic, gobbling up the sugars in the juice and turning them into alcohol. It's basically the same process as making bread, but instead of a warm loaf, we get a buzzing head. And let's be honest, that's way more fun. Next up, the distillation process. This is where the fermented juice is heated and distilled to increase the alcohol content. It's like a sauna, but for tequila, the heat causes the alcohol to evaporate, which is then condensed and collected. This process is repeated until we reach that perfect knock your socks off strength. So there you have it. From a stubborn plant that takes a decade to grow to a liquid that makes you text your ex at 2 a.m. The magical journey of tequila. So what have we learned today, folks? We've taken a spirited journey from the humble agave plant all the way to the glinting tequila glass. It's a process that spans a decade, which might make you think twice before downing your next shot, or perhaps not. After all, who has time for contemplation when there's tequila to be had? Remember, tequila may not be the answer, but it's worth a shot. Cheers. And until next time, keep your spirits high and your shots smooth.